Hi, this is the video to go with my AO3 for real-time VFX and virtual sets. I'll just be talking through the creative decisions I made and the just overall creation of this project. We'll start with looking at the exterior that I created. This is meant to be the outside of a club. Got some graffiti and different decals on the wall. I'll first talk through this Dracula poster. So this is a poster that is in the web center. Here's a photo of the actual poster. So I just scanned that on Reality Scan or Reality Capture, I can't remember the name of the app. And then this is a video of the scan that I got. I didn't have to take too many photos just because it was a flat object. It did turn out alright. I then imported that into Maya and applied the material and then exported that into Unreal Engine and got that set up. The actual texture of it isn't great, it's still a bit bumpy, so I would have liked to spend more time on it, but I think it turned out well despite that. This is just taking you through the stairs, and you can see that I didn't actually build a room that this leads into. It is literally just the stairs because you wouldn't be able to see the room anyways, and it's got some lights to imply that the club is up there. So it's just some lights and it's just got like a roof to reflect those lights, bounce those lights off of. I had a mannequin in both of my scenes just to build my scene around so that I could proportion things properly. It's worth noting that both the exterior and interior of my scenes are based off of a bar in the valley called Tomcat, which it's my sister's favorite. My project is heavily inspired by the exterior and interior of this club. This is just a bird's eye view of the exterior. I didn't end up using the lanterns down the bottom, and I think they were deleted when we filmed the actual scene. As well as you can see on the left hand side there is some leftover door frames. I do wish I had gone through and deleted all these extra things I didn't end up using just to reduce the file size and optimize the scene better. This is the interior of the club. Most of the art on the wall are decals that I just got off of Fab. You can see the two lights towards the front of the scene, the blue and the red lights. They were set up with a remote, similar to what we did a few weeks ago as a class activity. So I followed the exact same steps, and I wanted, in an ideal world, I wanted the remote to be set up with the digital lights and then connected to the physical lights in the studio so that the lights that were being projected on the actors and the virtual set matched up. But I think it still turned out, even though we weren't able to complete that. The remote, I don't think ended up working during filming, so Stephen was just going to do it manually on the computer to change the digital lights. This is just a photo of the inside of Tomcat to show where I got my inspiration from. If I had more time on this project and maybe been a little bit more skilled and knowledgeable in Unreal, I would have liked to add a lot more to the scene. I feel like I accomplished a good amount with my time frame, but I would have liked to add a little bit more detail here and there to make it look less like a concrete box, to be frank. I'm showing you these cups in the back of the scene because I purposefully put them there to match cups that my actors had. I just felt, here's a silly photo of it, I just felt that having virtual props match real life props would help with the mesh between the virtual and real world. So the club really is just a concrete box. The only thing that comes off of the box is this back section here where the bathrooms are. But I do think that having this hallway back here adds to the dimensions of the club. I feel like it would definitely be too boxy without this back hallway. This is also showing that I wouldn't create anything past what the camera would see. There's literally just a concrete wall there. So this fog on the ground, I created just following this YouTube tutorial I found online, and it did start on the ground, but then it wasn't very visible in the shot, so I was able to move that up. As you can see there, during the filming, I do think it came out too thick in the final shot, so I wish I had been able to kind of disperse it more or even lower the opacity just to make it look a little bit more realistic, but I think it still turned out well. Just going through a few different decisions I made. When I was initially brainstorming this scene, I knew I wanted to work with more artificial lights rather than natural light. Natural light is a lot harder to mesh with the virtual and make it match what's on the actors. So I wanted to stray away from anything that was going to be too natural. I wanted these dynamic lights and I wanted something kind of fun, so I ended up setting it in a club, and I feel like the party mode on the physical lights really worked out for that and brought really cool effect into the scene. I also used a bollard and I don't know the name for it, like a ribbon or tape to go across the front of the actors in the initial scene where they're coming into the club, and I thought that also helped to mesh the real and the virtual, added some nice foreground elements to an otherwise empty foreground for a lot of the duration of the scene. And again, looking back, I would have liked to clean up the scene a little bit more, added some more elements, but I think with the time constraints and just this is my first time working in Unreal, so my lack of knowledge and experience in that program, I feel like I could have done a lot more, but in the end, I'm very happy with the result.